Good afternoon. I say as I clear my throat right near your ears. Sorry. How's everybody doing today? Good day for coffee. Well, it's mostly white. It's mostly fun. Well, it's not bad. Yeah, we'll see. What am I doing today? Well, my goal is to do something planety. Um, I have not had an opportunity to really do anything with planets in it. Um, in a way that I can learn how to do them better. So I was thinking I was going to get some practice in today, trying to make just some simple spherical planets. I may go easy on myself and go without rings. Um, I've done one like that before. I've got the tiny version of it here. I did the big boy version of this guy with a few modifications, without all the extra obvious cartoony stars. But I did do this little spaceship guy. And in the process, I played around with doing the moon right there and the little planet of the rings, and it came out okay. I'm sure I have a picture of it somewhere. I don't have it scanned in. I might have it photographed. I can look at it really quick. Let me see. The hunt. The hunt for the photo. You will be waiting and cloning. Yeah, here it is. This guy. I did some planet stuff, but it wasn't really amazing, and I didn't like make it myself from scratch. I just kind of let ChatGPT build the image, and I just kind of colored it in. So my goal today is to try to do this manually, at least a planet. And I'm not trying to do anything crazy fancy, like putting in the stars and the local sun or ships or anything fancy like that. I literally just want to practice making the orb of a planet and figuring out like the lighting and then coloring in like distant, like the water, if there's water on it, and the land, if there's land on it, and then getting like some basic lighting figured out for it. Gosh, I think that coffee has me a little throaty. Um, but yeah, that's basically that. Just planets today and doing it early so I can get streaming done early and have the whole rest of the evening free. So I'll probably go on for like 2 hours or so. We'll see. My usual. And if we have time, I'll look at, I won't do this one again, but I have this little Star Trek scene. A little, wow, that's super bright. There we go. Just a little scene with a little ChatGPT generated little starship idea. Clearly it doesn't look great because it was made by ChatGPT and it doesn't know fully what it's doing, but it's better than I could do at a moment's notice. So I can always color this in and throw like a little like edge of a planet below it, like it's an orbit or approaching orbit. So that's an option. But really, I'm probably just going to grab more of this 5x7 paper for practice. And if I want to, a really big sheet of like 9x12 Strathmore paper, and I can practice on like a really big one and do some sort of scene around it. We'll see how it goes. But I'll probably just be playing mostly on like scratch paper today and just trying different shapes of planets just to see how it goes. I don't have a compass or any sort of tracing implement or anything that is spherical to get a perfect sphere. Or a perfect circle. So I don't expect it to be symmetrical because I'm purely doing it from scratch. But it's okay. Grab some scratch paper out. Don't need that much, but I'll just grab a couple sheets, just have it all out at the ready. And for attention or something I won't even mention and don't even know. You don't even know I think someone lying. All right. You don't need to hear me sing. Grab. I don't know if I'll need this today to like tape anything down on. I'm considering just freestyling, just loose, just playing with shapes for planets and whatnot. So I've got this here if I need it. And I've decided I've committed to the mess. I'm not going to be cleaning my clipboard of paint anymore, but to maintain a uniformity, I am going to be doing my best to do like a surface clean on the silicone mat to keep it at least mostly clean. I'm trying to embrace the mess a little bit. Same with my palette. After the I watched some of Artful Turkey yesterday. He's a watercolorist on here, and it's absolutely amazing. He had mentioned that I guess when he had watched my stream one time, he saw that I was cleaning my palette, and he thought that I was like, I need to regularly clean it, and I do sometimes. I think if the colors get really ugly, really muddy, I don't like it as much, and I start getting kind of angsty about keeping it in my palette. So I occasionally clean it, and you can see that there's some left over the last cleaning over here because I barely used that side. But I'm gonna try to lean into keeping using it. What I don't want to do, which I will want to eventually clean up, is these trays that don't have a full set of paint put into it intentionally. Because I've been kind of cheating and using these as additional wells to keep a clean color. And I hate that because I want to use these open spaces to get new paint and put them into the palette. And I can't do that if I've bogarted myself and stolen my own space away, right? So I'm going to try, aside from cleaning up these few, which to be fair to myself, I'll probably wait to clean these until I have something to put in them. And then I'll clean them up and put a fresh paint in it when the time comes. Whatever day in the future I decide to buy new paint to enhance my collection I've got going on here. But I'm going to try to keep a dirty palette. I know it sounds like hell for a lot of people. It is kind of for me, but I do agree that you do get some unique colors mixed already on your palette. My problem is I have a dog, so I need to make sure that I don't end up with any of his hair stuck in here. I don't think there is any just now. I'm pretty good at closing it up once it's dry. That was white paint. I didn't even know I had that in there. Well, see, this is what I'm talking about. I just leave mess in here. I have no idea what it is. As long as there's no like dried dog hair in here, I'm fine. I only leave it open for like an hour or two, or maybe sometimes overnight. Then I come in the morning and I just double check it to make sure everything's dry in it, and then I close it up and put it in the drawer. I don't just leave it open because then it would be collecting dust all the time too. Thankfully, we don't have a big dust problem here too much. When we lived in Vegas, yes, it was dusty as hell all the time. I'm joining the dark side. Yes, I am. Good morning / afternoon. No, it's afternoon for sure. Good afternoon, Desert. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm streaming early today just because, I'm not working. So I'm enjoying being able to stream a little early. I'm going to be mainly practicing planets today. It's going to be just screwing around on smaller sheets of paper, just scratch paper, just trying to make orbs, partial orbs, whatever I need to make like a planet-like object. Just to practice with doing different textures on them and the lighting and everything, and trying to see if I can do planets before really looking at any tutorial on it. So I'm gonna see if I can do it myself first. This is the less textured side, and this is the textured side. I think I'm going for a kind of texture, but this is very uniform. I don't normally like in paper, but whatever. This is scratch paper. It's what it's for. And since I'm not going edge to edge with it, I'm hoping the paper's not going to curl. So I'm going to try not using my clipboard for this. Oops, that was probably really loud on the mic. I slapped right into the microphone. I'm sorry. Yeah, so let me put this up. All right. And yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Let me put some of the sketch paper to the side. If I like how my planets are going when I'm practicing today, I may end up trying to do this. I showed it earlier. It was a ChatGPT generated like Star Trek styled ship, one that doesn't exist, but it made a random one. And I may try squeezing a planet in either on the top left or to the left and behind the ship or underneath it to the right, but only if I enjoy like how planets coming out for me on my scratch paper, then I may transition to filling this out finally, but we'll see. For now, it goes over there. And I start with my Silex brown brush, which is starting to see better days. I think it's starting to stain from either leaving things in it or something was just extraordinarily staining and it's just not bringing the color back. Which, I mean, I'm not expecting perfection. I'm doing my best to clean it like solidly every time, but I think it's just going to stain over time, which is fine. I've been using it for over a year now, so that's not bad if that's as far as it's gotten. As long as it doesn't like come off in what I'm painting, I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't know how well it would focus, but almost not at all. Oh, it's trying. Probably because I've got stuff. My arm is not perfectly better, but it is enough that I can. Yeah, there you go. See a little kind of greenish tinge to it. It's fine. I'm overthinking it like usual. God, hang on. Sorry, I don't want to keep coughing in your ear. Coffee. Got a latte macchiato today. Okay. So thinking it through, if I want to do a planet, how would I start? Having no knowledge on how to properly make one. I've not watched any tutorials on this yet. I skimmed to see what tutorials might exist on YouTube, and a lot of them don't look great. No offense to the people that made them. I have no business, critiquing anyone's videos, but for what I want to do, I don't want to do like silly cartoonish ones too much. I want it to have some sense of realism. And that becomes difficult for me because I really would need something to trace to get a perfect circle, or a perfect arc. I really should at some point get a compass because then I could just make my own. And I'll probably do that. I'm sure the next time we come across a Michaels or a Hobby Lobby, I'll go to the compass or like templates section and get something. So I've just got it in my toolkit. So I'm ready to make some sort of arc with the pencil so I can trust that it's a curve and not something that's very much not a curve, right? Downside being it only works so far unless you've got a mega massive compass that's like incredibly long. So you can do those very slow arcs, slow curves. My glass will work too, right? See, that's what I was thinking. I'll just grab something I've got here that is round. I don't know if I have any that doesn't have liquid in it right now. Unless I just like go to the kitchen and find something. Oh, I do have some. I got these guys. If I want to do small circles, I can turn these upside down or use the base. The base is kind of smooth, so I'll probably just use the top of it, but that's not too bad of an idea. I want to start small though, so I may use one of these small guys. Just turn it upside down, grab a pencil, and make a couple circles on here, and then practice filling them in. It's a good idea. Thank you, Desert. Okay, let's give that a whirl. I also have even smaller. I've got these little ones I was using to put the white acrylic in because I don't want to get acrylic stuck in my watercolor palette. So I use this whenever I need to put some acrylic paint down to make stars. Because I don't care if it dries in the bottom of it. I still try to wash it out while it's still kind of damp. So that's why there's some residue on the bottom that I can't get rid of without doing some serious scrubbing. But these also would make some pretty good circles. They're actually smaller than this. I could probably get like 3. No, I could probably get 1, 2, almost I could almost do 6. Grab a pencil and look. Yeah. I need to find grab a pencil sharpener at some point too. This needs some love. That's why I try to use mechanical pencils, because then I don't have to worry about sharpening it. But there's just something about a traditional number 2 pencil that's pretty awesome, right? I gotta stop coughing. That's an issue swallowing earlier today, and I just started hacking, and then ever since then, my throat's been kind of not raw, but that is gross to talk about, but mucusy. I mean, that's the only way to say it. It's got that phlegmy kind of doesn't want to let go and just let me talk and breathe like normal. So I may be coughing every now and then uncontrollably. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can get myself a little circle on here. And this isn't about making a scene for, a full painting. This is just to get some practice circles down to fill in and make some planets. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, I don't think if I go edge to edge, yeah, it totally won't make it to the other side, but I can do a partial circle over there. That's a good experiment too. I also don't need to go edge to edge to the top, so I can just do some randomness on here and see how it goes. Let's go around here and pick up from here and go around. Yeah, there we go. And then over here, we'll do another one. Yoink. And then come around here. And let's do one over in the corner over here as well. Whoops. And clearly I figured out my audio issue from last time in Spotify. It was me and it wasn't me at the same time. It was, sorry. I use Stream Deck, and one of the tools I use in the Stream Deck is a plugin for one of the dials that lets me mute and adjust my volume for Spotify, but it only works when Spotify is open and playing music, right? So when I had it on my regular speakers, everything was working fine. But when I switched to my headphones, the music muted completely. It showed like it was playing, but there was no audio coming out, and it wasn't showing up in any recording software either. But it looked like it was still playing, and I could not figure out why. So finally, when I got off stream and I could actually focus on it and not be stressed out about it, and I had time to put the troubleshooting IT brain back on, I remembered that the Stream Deck sits between what I'm playing from Spotify and the output. Even though it doesn't show anywhere, the tool, the volume control tool from Elgato, it's like an automatic application detection, and you just kind of tell it this is going to be for Spotify, and you choose it. And then anytime in the future, when you bring everything back up again, even after a restart of your computer, it's supposed to find when Spotify is playing and activate that plugin for that dial. And it wasn't happening. It wasn't doing it. I looked down while it wasn't working, and I realized that Spotify on the Stream Deck wasn't lighting up, it never found the app. So I started playing with it, closed Stream Deck's software completely, and reopened it. And finally, it popped in and showed that my mic when I was on my microphone headphone jack, the app was muted on that dial and turned all the way down. So I unmuted it and then turned it up, and all of a sudden my music started working. So that's just the failings we've got having additional tools for streaming and recording purposes that are in the way. In between, you have to look at everything in the chain. And in the heat of the moment, after starting a stream and realizing my music wasn't working, I was like, panic brain, it doesn't ever work right. What's going on here? F it, So it's so typical for me. So ironically, this looks like a bunch of soap bubbles, big ones. But they're going to be planets, just experimental planets. So I'm trying to decide, how do I want to do a planet? Do I want to just paint random perspectives of planets. So not just like a circle straight on or a sphere straight on, but from a slight perspective so that everything arcs in particular ways and all of them be different. Or look at them like they're sitting on a table, like with their axis pointed straight up, and I paint from the top down, or I shift my perspective and I'm painting all of them from the same angle, or I'm just going to go wild and do different perspectives for each individual one. So I'll figure something out here in a second. I'll probably just start on one and that's what I'll do for the rest. And you said, I hate it when that happens. I've had so much trouble with it over the last month. Environment changes, maybe for me, allergies, but odd ones. It's not unheard of, especially like in like the desert area. I mean, we used to live in Vegas, and I think my worst allergies were in Las Vegas for me. I think mainly during the summer, weirdly. I think because we started having, whenever we have like high heat and dust storms, we don't have rain for a long period of time, and the pollen just sits everywhere. And every time there's a bit of dust, all that old spring pollen just goes right back up in the air and right back in your face again. So you kind of had to like use Claritin or something like that year round, basically, because it just never really disappears and washes away, unlike a wet environment or humid environment. Here, where I'm at in like the Seattle area, I think we're worst when it's in spring, obviously, because that's when pollen is at its peak. And then it kind of like once it rains a good bit and washes most of that spring pollen away, the worst stuff that we've got around is anything that remains like grass pollen, obviously, from, yard work and things like that. For me personally, I think it's just, I just choked. I just had like a moment, like after I woke up, I wasn't really paying attention and I like miss swallowed. You ever do that? Where you're not really paying attention and your automatic swallow just doesn't want to work right and it goes down the wrong way and you're just like hacking for a minute. That's what I did. And that just stuck with me for most of the day. So I just have to remember to try to drink something, but I'm still going to be clearing my throat because I can't get rid of it. I will with time. Like that. Can't control it. All right. So clearly I know Earth. I live here. All of us do. I hope, for the most part. And if not, please take me with you. Maybe I'll make, like most things I do because I'm right-handed, I'm going to try to start on the top left and then work my way down toward the bottom right so I don't put my hand on anything potentially wet. So I'll try to do Earth. Earth-like. I'm not going to sit here and replicate our coastlines. I don't flipping care. But I think I will go through and at the very least get like just a basic greenage and some land and some sea color. And then maybe some cloud cover. In fact, I probably are going to want a piece of paper towel at the ready. Oh, this is actually harder than I thought. I put a, while I'm streaming, I put a paper towel holder over in this far corner, horizontal, so that when I'm not streaming or standing up, it's easy to walk up to my desk and grab some, but I didn't realize that when I'm sitting, it's actually pretty far out of reach. So it makes it harder to grab without just reaching across the whole desk, but it's fine. Anywho, I just grab a spare piece of paper towel just to have kind of like at the ready, kind of crunched up maybe. And I'll just have it to the side here. So when I do want to do some cloudiness, I'll probably use this to kind of bring some cloud cover back. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Oh, what I have not done yet is spray on my palette. Let me do that just to wake it up. Awaken. I don't know. Water. Oh, excuse me. All right. Thinking like most things, I need to go light to dark in layers. So I'll probably just start with, maybe I can do the water areas first. But I realize I also need to be able to show wherever the light is going to be for this planet. It's always so weird trying to wrap my head around figuring out the shape of things and where the light and the shadows are going to be. I just don't really have that great, like, a holodeck style imagination where I can imagine things in 3D too incredibly well. But once it's kind of done, I can do it. I think figuring out beforehand is what throws me off. So yeah, maybe I'll just go through and just kind of hit it. I think that's all been sitting enough. Let me get started filling in some color. In the meantime, I think ads are about to start in less than a minute. So please feel free to hang out. I will still be here. You'll probably still see me in the corner doodling away on this, but I'll be back in like 2.5 minutes after that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just pick an area and go with it. I've got some brownish color here that I like. So let me rehydrate that. Like a brownish green. All right. And let's just pick an area and just make some shapes. Okay. And I'm trying to send it out a little bit in some areas because I can darken it in a minute, I guess. And then let's get a little bit, I've got a tiny bit of this, my brain's gone dumb. What is that? Yellow ochre. Probably one of the simplest colors out there, and I couldn't remember the name of it. Let's put some of that next to it as well, along some of the sides, a couple spots. And then let's just get some of this brownish mixture I made, which is just yellow ochre and then the dragon's blood. And get a couple little spots in there. Okay. And then maybe let's go for some more greenish color. Gonna kind of go over here with it. Lay on this side. A little bit over here. Maybe a little bit over in that area. Okay. And then let's hit some bright green color. I think that's my Viridian green. Yeah. And then just hit a couple little spots. Okay. Just stop there. Okay. And then let's hit some of our blues. I think I'll start. This is a cerulean. I'll just try to start a little light with that. And then fill in some of the area closer to the edge of the sphere. And then a little bit closer on the tip of that. Turn this around. Use. Oops. Side the bounds of the circle a little bit, but whatever. I'm actually going to leave that white right there because it looks like that would be good, like snow cap. I'll just kind of get back in there. And All right, it's a beginning. Not too shabby. Oh, now that I'm in here, I'm gonna retrigger since we're not in ads right now. I'm gonna retrigger someone's follow alert they did from yesterday just to see how the new updated alert looks in here and sounds. Yeah, that text is definitely way larger than it was before, so it should be nice and legible, I think. The sound effect might be a little loud, so worst case scenario, I may end up lowering the volume of the alerts because I don't want to be startled too hard by them, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to turn the music up a little while I play. Okay. Well, I've already kind of got a light side and a dark side in a way. So I may darken this side more and keep this side lighter. Whoa, that's louder than I thought. Turn that down. Without praise, I voluntarily take what I need, and I need, and it comes right back to me. It's a little bit too loud. Ugh. I don't know how loud that is in stream. I've turned it down a good bit, but I don't want to hear it very loud today. We'll see. Into red, because of oxygen that has been. I also realized that because I don't have the music going to the Twitch VOD, I don't necessarily want to have all of the VODs be just me singing to dead air, because that'd be weird. So, try not to sing too much. Okay. Give me a break. Begin to lose my present mind. What a it's done. Confuse your stomach with your home. That's what you get when you confuse a stomach with your home. And I should bring some of that back. There we go. Dun 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 dun. Tender we fields, Mr. Ben. There's bands that make you bed. Mother. The fields all day. I never was meant to be this way. Up upon a pedestal so high, you should waver, you should cry. Could you spread my tiny wings and fly away? The drums with an O and X. I bet you don't write love each time you sign your checks. I never was meant to be this way. It's going out for you. Thank you. Do. No one's meant to be. And your haircut. Come on, and enjoy my. Trying not to look behind. Pretend I'm not up here. I try counting sheep. The sheep seem to shower of this office tower. It's 9.8 straight down. I can't stop my knees. Wish I could fly from this building, from this wall. And if I should try, if I fall, hands clenched this raging, a secular road to change. Mount to your winding, hang on to your wings. I can't look below me. Something will throw me. A curse at the windstorm that October brings. Straight in the boardroom. Modern pharaohs tell. When they small places. If they care to dive. We're lined up at the window. Peer down into limbo. Frightened of jumping. In case they survive. from the sky falling onto soft green pasture, shopping malls. With my family and my pastor and my grandfather who's dead. Straight in the mirror, watch us come clearer. Look like a painter behind all of the greens. Paintings creating, and I'm just erasing a crystal clear canvas. My masterpiece. A million one. I should try, but you catch me if I'm falling. Transition from planets into just making colorful spheres. We'll see. An old house on the tenth floor. She left me in her body to smell. Together, together, to break your heart. You and the road can man. Honey, you think that I am. My heart will be alone. All right, all right, all right. I pick on your own damn size. In the drink for land. I wanna drink you. Swim in the swim in the sun. I wanna drink your blood. Like a rocket down the tube. Back and forth like a choo-choo train. And one tail is threshold of teeth. So, oh, if I can stand of the nations. Should looking at them, drink, lonely down. I wanna drink your winter in the night. I wanna drink love. Work on my tongue. I recognize the one thing you learned. You're the see her. When I've drank for love, and I want to drink your swim in the sun. I want to drink. Step on the floor. I note on the table and a mirror with micro says I'm in bed. Please make sure that you're fed. If you're taking a shower, you can show me my bathroom. And when I'm asleep, I dream you're moving next week. My sugar bones to lie. under my bed. It's never been red. It's in my school stuff and the moon never cleans there. And then still my bed, 2 Mondays to time, pretending I'm someone who's not 17 and it doesn't know what you mean. Sugar to buy eyes. Sugar to buy too young. This is how it's supposed to be. You don't want any more. Is it something I said? Was it something you read? It's making me think that I should never have come here. I could offer you lies. I could tell you goodbye. I could tell you I'm sorry, but I can't tell the truth, dear. And what if I could? Would it do any good? So I'll never get to see the contents of my shoebox. Shoebox of eyes. My shoebox. Shoebox of eyes. We're some 1990, and it's 1990. Leave this world behind me, and toward our mind. Is that finished? Well, about telling you, Bert Kemper's got a benefits afterwards. So I'm gonna hope so cluster. Addison waiver. I can't have whatever I think fun when you're mad. Trying hard as a smile and feel bad. I'm gonna get the lives of the funeral. Can't understand what I mean. We soon will. I pretend to see where my mind on my sleeve. I have history of taking off my shirt. It's been lonely since you looked at me. Times. So I've both done my time with pennies to spend. What long can I end? Can I end? Italian after Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. Watching next files when the lights on. We're on the maze on. Hey, this week means that this one is a kerosene for I'm getting frantic. Flexing with tantric. The stick is guaranteed to satisfy. I gotta make those, but if I did it, it was samurai. Flying off the backswing. It's got the boom and it makes them if we say the wrong thing. Right now, this is my dog health pad. I'm the critic of the lives of the funeral. Can't understand what I mean. You soon will. I have a history of this on my shirt. It's been. What's next gonna do? It's too late today's too late, so we're sorry. Before the fall was wrong, and I with you to let me take you on. You were wrong, I was right. You said goodbye, I said goodbye. It's all been done. It's all been done. It's all been done. Before the west was run, and I bet you sang the past was much more. Which one I didn't. Before. And born on a 30th century night, will I see you? The price is right. Will I cry? Will I smile as you run down the aisle? It's all been done. It's all been done. It's all been done before. It's all been done. It's all been done. It's all been done. You can run down. Can fly. Not close to my neighborhood. Somehow that always just made me feel good. I can put a spare bulb in my hand and light up my yard. To my stand of walls, singing till the dead of the falls. Like I'm conducting it all while I sing to light this whole town. If you question what I would do to get over and be with you, lift you up over everything and light up my world. the garden that repeats. The pink goes like my pet ice cream. To light my way home. We can afford, but our house may never get bored. It plays in our teeth. If you question what I would do to get over and be with you, lift you up over everything to light up my room. My room. We're close to my neighborhood. Somehow that always just made me feel good. You can put a spare bulb in my hand, the light of my yard. The light of my yard. The light of my yard. Light of my yard. Ah, ah. Ah. I were you, and I wish that I was you. Oh, that were something. Let me turn blue. I suppose I'd start by removing all my clothes. Tie a pantyhose around my neck. I'll be that girl you can be right over. If I were you, you would be in clover. You would be in shadow. And if I had a good, there'd be no tomorrow. Me as my son, with someone else, perhaps would be worth noticing. First one, I'll see that girl. You would be in over. If I were you would be in cover. One thing is like the world, you would be right over. If I was open, you would be in a clover. You would be in a sun. I've been in the farm dearly, 'cause I can't afford to lose my sleep. I'm jumping in when I get tired, so I'll try the rest of you stand on guard. Down, 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 down. I can't find you to leave, 'cause I can't stand to hear you breathe. I would you up and I choke down. Scraps you choose to leave around. Aberrations still won't leave me alone. It's as if you never. How am I supposed to remember you when you wanted me for again? When you believed, 'cause I can't afford to lose more sleep. Lose control. Things don't come here anymore. You more than I did the week before. I discovered alcohol. I feel in I'll drink to your health. You know more than I did the week before. I discovered alcohol. I'll drink to the most. I think I see a new note from Desert. Looking good. I'm definitely lurking, FYI. I figured it's fine. Watercolor workshop you host. Oh, perfect. That's I've always heard you talking about your workshop. I think it would be really cool to like see it, I guess, or know more about like what you do in one. Is it just like a workshop where it's like, come on in, we're going to be learning about this today? Or is it come on in and everybody do whatever you want to do? I'm just here to help if you need it. Or all of the above. I'm guessing all of the above. Probably guided, but I think I heard you talk about it a couple of times. But to be fair, I'm not always great at paying attention. So if I'm repeating the obvious, please forgive me. Getting to the point that is the hardest part. So I thank God I will answer, and if you call, I'll pick you up. And if you court this disaster, I'll point you on. I'll point you on. And only think about you when we're both in the same room. Sorry, I realize I've been zoomed all the way out this whole time. The remains of love exist. you think I'm here to play the game of who loves more than who. So if you call, I will answer. And if you call, I'll pick you up. And if you could, this disaster. It's getting hot over here. Toasty. Both you try to have a plan for the month, but all are free to paint, but they won't. Oh, perfect. That's really great. And it makes sense to have a plan so people aren't just walking into seeing you sitting up there at the head of the room, just like, hey. And you're like, hey. It's like, I'm going to do my thing. It's like, you do your thing. And you're just sitting there like guarding a detention classroom. That would be boring. It's great that it can be a little bit of both. Super fun. You had to do the same to me when you're not hurt. You're not. I think we're trying to make this something that is more than only fair. I will answer, and if you fall, I'll pick you up. And if you court this disaster, I'll point you harm. But come on in you, don't ever do those crazy messed up things that you do. If you ever do, I promise you, I'll be the first to crucify you, to prove that you've come back here to rebuild, 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 rebuild. I can't sing as high as him. I can barely sing as high as me. And how did I manage to do that? Is happening in my world right now. All right, we're just gonna go for it. Paradise can satisfy my can. You do the paragraph. Can be all I left for good. We wouldn't try to be like other guys. But found each other. We're trying out. When we're ourselves, but found each other. Look on. We were never making love. We were never making love. Why did I wake up suddenly and then? And the local college earned me a degree and I could work weekends. If I work real hard, I could mow your backyard. I could go to Europe, travel with my friends. I could blow 1,000 Deutschmarks to get your in a pub with some Australians. I had Johnny backpacked, so I fly from the back. I think never is enough, you never is enough. I never wanted to do that stuff. Never is enough, I never have to do that stuff. I never had to spend just summer planting trees. I never worked my way through a forest inch by inch double over on my hands and knees. Never seen single day in retail. Telling people what they want to hear, telling people anything to make us snail. Eating in a food court with the old and the bored. Never is enough, I never want to do that stuff. What's the funny smell? And where you're sick of salmonella. You may get a shop at Wayne's any honor with employee of the month. Never is enough. Never is enough. You choose. You choose. Ba, 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 ba. Got the root and lesson learned. So while she burns 100 degrees, when I freeze. The only thing that comes to that room thing, I count down, I look around. Well, you're never gonna get it. What's that for? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Time is filled with mist. So why you like the title workshop? It gives the freedom to tell everybody they're on their own or to plan for a project. Got it. That's cool. Of course, ads are happening. Pleasures are in some eyes, one I never found to be enjoyed. Ones that I can avoid. Confidence, your days just to Oh, the fountain can never grow old. There are market and elixir that will eliminate the common cold. Find your sickness on my list. Pay up front and make a wish. One day I with animals, all the tests I'm gonna do. All my stuff's completely natural, and when we're done with well, I'm down for glue that we can use to re-adhere your lips to mine if you were here. There's a lot I would never do, so fantastic I know it's true, and not as much as I want to be with you. I can't stand to wait in line, so I built a new machine. It just measures up the distance and then eliminates the folks between. Still light, and I'll name it after you. 'Cause you were the greatest friend of all, except for when you split my lip in two. To see the look I put in your face as I launch you into space. There's a lot I would never do. So fantastic, I know it's true. But not as much as I want to be with you. Love and respect. I haven't had much of it since you left. Oh, I missed out on the best of you. Someday I will find the secret to your social chemistry. Then I'll print it on a t-shirt, and it'll make you wanna be with me. And as I wear it past your word, you'll see other guys are jerks. Much like pheromones replies. You will not avoid my eyes. There's a love I would never do. So fantastic, I know it's true. And as much as I want to be with you. If I self-respect, I would have much of that sense you left. All this stuff on the best of you. Be anyway, let's get this. These never work out for me, but I'm gonna try to get close to this shit. What did you dream about? When you dream, what do you dream about? I completely covered that up and didn't mean to. Well, whatever. What do you dream about? You're dreaming. What do you dream about? Oh, this is it's a thing. It's just a mishmash of garbage, but you know what? It's all right. I really need to do some more stuff that I really deeply focus on that makes me feel better. Cause man, let me tell you, some of the stuff I've been doing recently has just been crap on a cracker. I've just been throwing things together to make things work. And I don't know. It's okay. I'm capable of hitting the okay mark in my life, but I really would like to find a couple of these that I excel at. That's why I like doing the abstract because I don't have to think too much and it still comes out good. Because this is like, what the hell is it? I don't know. Embarrassed man for me is my name. And the thing the thing of change with those my name. Dancing, you could kiss my ring and kiss my ass. With not more than rain. You can see. It's something. Can. Okay, let's turn that down. All right. Well, I think I am about at my breaking point for what I think I can get done today. Clearly, again, remember practice and throwing it together with very little plan. I like these better than I like this, but this is okay, I guess. Some random planet practice. I just used this guy upside down, traced circles, and then filled them in and made them planet-like. So that came out kind of cute in the middle school kind of way. But it's still cute. I like it. And this catastrophe is just what it is. It is some random Star Trekness that is kind of there, kind of not. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I'll go back to the drawing board, try that again, but it's okay. I think if I slowed the hell down and spent time on like nothing but this one would have been really nice today, but it's still just okay. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. So, yep, I think that is it for me for today. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits, let all this dry the rest of the way, and then clean up my space. And I will be back Monday. Doing what? I don't know. Do I plan anything anymore? No. But I should. I'll try. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. My name is Bear. I've definitely barely been watercoloring. You're going to see an ad starting in a moment as I'm heading out the door, so I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you later. Bye.